Sorry, yes, Senator Sifuna.
Yeah, Chair, first of all, Governor, I am an increasingly very frustrated senator for the County of Nairobi. Because as you have mentioned yourself, there's quite a number of invitations that have been pending, and we are unable to have certain conversations with you. I am aware that we had scheduled meetings with the County Public Accounts Committee to look into the status of projects in the county. We had a meeting with the Devolution Committee, which you were invited as well, which you did not show up. County Public Investments Committee to look into the status of our hospitals, which you did not show up. Of course, there was the Education Committee on the question of ECDs. So there is such a big backlog of conversations that need to happen on this floor. And I feel that you have to find a way to show up more to these Senate conversations, because this, as you have said yourself, these are important conversations, but these things are piling up and it is becoming increasingly difficult. I don't know how you propose to deal with this issue so that we are able to have these conversations in the Senate. Secondly, Honorable Chair, I don't know how you run this committee, but I am also in other committees, and documents such as this being tabled on the morning of the meeting, it is going to be impossible for you to go through this. I was asking the clerk here, because I've worked with you in other committees, my brother. First, there are certain instructions that you send to the entity so that you can have a meaningful conversation on the date of submission of documents and the number of copies to be submitted. Now, I'm looking at this. Maybe Governor can confirm. Are these the only copies that we all have to share, or there are copies enough for the committee? Number two, being tabled on the day of the meeting, Gatia, surely, how are we going to proceed and process all these documents?
Honorable Senator, I want to confirm that they tabled these documents on 17th to the clerk of the National Assembly of the Senate on 17th, and I think this is our internal doing. And since this is an inquiry, and most of those questions are straightforward, we'll just deal as I don't know whether you've been given our file, Ngatia, which has all the questions. So the governor will guide us through the answers, and you'll be guided also by the questions that we asked. So have you given Honorable Sifuna our file, our internal file? That is the set of the questions we asked. So I will now ask the governor to
Chair, maybe to comment on that just a little bit concerning the clerk of the committee. You should supply this information to the sitting senator immediately. They are delivered. You know, the message, the responses are given to the committee. The sitting senator should receive them immediately so that they can go through them before they appear here. Thank you.
Very correct. Actually, I'm the one who noted, and I asked because I've been following whether the responses have come, and I'm the one actually who noted that the responses came on 17th as per. So, clerk, please, can you note that? It's very important so that the sitting senator can be able to verify that information and even guide the committee in case there's anything to be followed. So, Your Excellency, please, let's go to, you have to be taken on oath. Clerk.
Thank you. I don't know, how did you know I'm a Christian? I, Sakaja Arthur Johnson, do solemnly swear that the evidence, that I shall give before this committee in respect of the matters before the committee shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me God.
Thank you. Thank you. Your Excellency, now let's go straight to the inquiry and lead us in your responses.
Thank you. Thank you, Chair. I take your direction and I note the concerns that have been raised. there are very many questions that have been asked. I will just read what we have, and where we need further clarification, allow me to have my CC, Brian Bulama, and Director of Education to support. The first question, Chair, is a list of public and private ECD centers indicating enrollment of the learners disaggregated by gender in PP1 and PP2 and by sub-county, a number of teachers per ECD center. Chair, we have 230 public ECD centers with an enrollment of 32,135 and 967 teachers. So close to 1,000 teachers, and we intend to recruit more of these teachers in the next financial year. There are approximately 839 private ECD centers with 2672 teachers. However, Chair, we do not have complete data of the private pre-primary schools, as registration is done by the County Education Board. These are matters we're dealing with the IGTRC, because these are devolved function. That really regulating private ECDs is a function. It was unbundled in the last Gazette notice, but the instruments that follow have not yet been done by the Ministry of Education. And so we want the Senate support to make sure that this is fully moved to counties. I have attached in Annex 1 the list of these ECD centers, public and private. Second question, Chair, is on the number of public ECD centers.
Members, I urge that you note your observations and your queries so that we can forward them to him later.
Thank you, Chair. The number of public ECD centers located within primary schools, those are standalone and those are in informal settlements. Chair, we said 200 of these are domiciled in public primary schools and 30 standalone centers. There are 149 in informal settlements, and we've attached the list. And Chair, I'm sure you have dealt with this in many other counties. Nairobi is peculiar because the public primary schools are also owned by the county government in Nairobi. And so we consider the entire schools. It is not, we don't have ECD centers located in primary schools. We have primary schools located in our ECD centers because we own the title, that's our land. Number 3, it's a breakdown of the construction costs of ECD centers, other infrastructure within the center, and sample photos, which we have attached, BQs, architectural plans and photos. The costs vary, Chair, depending on different factors like terrain, soil, etc. Approximately 18 million. It ranges from even lower 11 million depending on the number of classes. But the standard one is 3 classrooms, an ablution block, an office, and a kitchen. Chair. The amount of fees charged per learner in public ECD centers, specifying contributions by parents and county government. Chair, we offer free pre-primary education to all learners enrolled in our public ECD centers. We disperse capitation grants to these centers. And I've annexed in Annex 4 the free ECD guidelines and the circular that upload charges to parents. Normally the capitation, Chair, is 100 million shillings. Chair, the transition rates from primary to secondary school and from secondary school to universities, our transition rate, Chair, is 100%. We have full transition, and we even have more children joining from other centers into our primary schools. We do not have the transition from primary to secondary schools officially, but I know it's also 100% in Nairobi because the secondary schools are fewer than the primary schools. But that's a mandate of the national government. Number 6 is the comprehensive details on teachers, the number per center, the qualifications, cadres, pay structure, salaries, terms of